Hello guys, hello ma'am, hello sir. My name is Chaudhry Hamza Sharosali Gujjar. Here I am going to present the presentation about the week or Sky social cultural theory in the early childhood education. So the table of content is about the view of the child role of the parents and care, view of the child development, type of the learning environmental, semestering and learning frameworks, role of the teacher, pastor reflects and the question to be promoted. We are going to discuss about that. The initial section focus on the Vigor Sky understanding of the children as active learner who participate in their own education rather than receiving information personally. I will then study how the parents and teacher will make a role. Finally, I will present my thoughts on these subjects before inviting audience questions on to engage in the future questioning answers. So, the view of the child. Culture and social aspect define the viewpoint of the child development that Vygotsky present. According to this theory, children function as active learners who construct knowledge alongside others through a involving learning experience. Learning unfold through specific social exchange between people and agriculture elements with their environment. Learning emerge for three elements including child's contact with the world they living in together with peer relationship alongside their interactions with the adults. Development undergoes transformation based on the culture tools with the child encourage such a language, customs and beliefs during their exposure. The laws which respect their agencies as developers, such insight motivate teachers to shift their teaching practices from structural instructions towards the shared knowledge constructions with the students. So now we're going to talk about the role of the parents and the cares. We Got Sky places complete importance on the educational contribution that child parents and the cares makes to their children's development. He identified the parents and the cares as a more knowledgeable person who provide natural guidance during the child learning process. The child learning through the parents who give them necessary support during their developing time or maybe during their activities, daily practices, and the learning experience, describing the specific guidance that assists child to achieve objective beyond their independence capacity. The educational support give to the child involves into decrease as a complete development. Child learning life lessons for everyday experience belong student and the school education teacher, school education's learning variable knowledge through the activities such as storytelling and the cooking and playing while walking to their destination or maybe their home, maybe their class, maybe their school. Various ways child gets exposed at the home while using these experience as a building blocks for the student learning. So now we're going to talk about the view of the child development. The zone of the Primox development serve as a Vygotsky most well-known academical principle. The ZPD describe and define the difference between the things which a child manage independently, activating through achievement, which is the guidance of someone who experienced. The most productive learning activities take place inside the zone of the school or maybe in the space as a task that is either too specific, too simple, fail to challenge or achieve child, or a task that going beyond their abilities to achieve maybe result in the losing of the interest. Learning success required parents to determine the approach of learning zone with child extend a child capacities while offering specific sports education professions and professors need to be modified their assessment assistance methods according to the specific development process of each child and their present level and push them towards the independency abilities. So the other, we are going to talk about the type of the learning. The type encourage and focus on dialogues, classroom become a space of co-construction knowledge. The Vigo skies on the learning and framework design methods, both culture, abilities, and awareness. Research of the McNack and William 2009 indicate that the learning frameworks must display aspect that direct link to child background, experience, personal interest. A standards education approach failed to deliver its best development outcome to the students. School must incorporate student culture frameworks, become child inter classroom with their unique culture development, and maybe devices and way of the experience themselves. The learning process may be considered interactions between the student and export them to the real world scenario basis while developing their encourage abilities together with their own social skills. Own social skills and skills. So we're not going to talk about encourage play discussion interaction focus on dialogues, and we are okay. The role of the teacher. That is a major point of the research, the role of the teacher. According to Vygotsky theory, teachers should function as the facilities rather than acknowledgement or knowledge dispensers. The establishment of a pro-social and intelligence space depends on the guidance provided by the teacher for the child development during to occur. The teacher used to identify each children ZPD before creating sportic with the advance they're developing instructions and instruments techniques including using open-ended queries together while studying materials, actions, and collaborations activities, peer interactions. Teacher need to determine both approach time for the interactions and time when the children should let children to explore independently. According to the Daniels 2001 research, teachers need to serve as a mentors by association education's tools with the social acknowledgement available to the student from their current prospects. Personal reflections. We got theories highlight the power of the interactions. The reflections of the we got theories, social culture theory, transformed my point of view about the early childhood educations. The theory confirmed my understanding that education encouraged from the social collaboration because learning depends on the both culture surroundings and the human relationships. Teaching functions as a deep relationship practices according to my understanding the social encourage between teachers, parents, and peers consider creating chance for the growing in the students. The social learning sharpening my view of the efficiency teaching. Yeah, that is the right. The work of the we got Sky drives me to the recognized families and communication commu- communities as the learning partners, culture, operation as a virtual component of what teaching efficiency, a learning environment built and harnessing students, multiple culture backgrounds produce environmental that stand and create equal and the boost empowerment. Through this theory, I have developed the better practice of the efficiency, increasing my personal responsibility acquisition approach. So after that, the questions to be discussed. The presentation will end it with the invitation to participate in the discussions through the two specific questions. As we can see how we can identify each child's ZPT in the practice. Every child teacher face difficulty tracking the ZPD because the remaining hiding for the easy difficulty task to track them and recognize them. Teacher requires the board Tailor and the error practice along with the observation skills continue to reflect practices. The second question, in what way we can or families be more involved in learning? The parents together with the care contribution together to identify specific children development as we discuss. How should we promote meaningful practices of children in the education activity? Should we find some ways to involve teachers more frequently in our classrooms or developing environmental rules while developing meaningful assessment? So, thank you guys. So, I'm going to end it my presentation here. If you guys have any kind of the question, you are free to ask me. Thank you.